Good evening, Misha and I are very happy to be at such a wonderful festival in an atmosphere of good energy, among good people, accompanied by creative art. Now we will sing and play original jazz music. This is an exclusive program across the ocean. It is a combination of a magical voice and masterful piano performed by the Ukrainian jazz singer Laura Marti and American jazz pianist Misha Tsiganov. In this episode of the Pro Art program, you can enjoy the Bouquet Kyiv Stage High Art Festival. I like Ukraine very much, of course. Part of my family comes from Ukraine. Every single participant is a headliner for sure, and each participant, without exception, can represent Ukraine and be its hallmark. The main thing is that people love Kyiv and want to make it beautiful. So come and be a part of this festival. It was all created straight from the heart. An American jazz pianist with Ukrainian roots. Musician Misha Tsiganov is a cosmopolite. He was born in Leningrad, under the former USSR, and has been living in New York for around 30 years, and his travels through various countries brought him to Ukraine. Generally, I come here often and I always enjoy my visits. I still visit Lviv frequently, where I performed 5 or 6 times at the Alpha Jazz Festival. But I also visit Kyiv often, and I have had several great tours around Ukraine. Ukrainian jazz vocalist Laura Marti, together with American pianist Misha Tsiganov, performed an exclusive program across the ocean. They performed original compositions of their own creation and arrangements of well-known jazz standards. Across the ocean, we couldn't think of any other name, so this one was destined to be. It was across the ocean that we wrote this music and created this project. As such, across the ocean. I'm really excited about this collaboration. In New York today, he's a top musician, Misha Tsiganov. It's modern jazz. We create original music together. These are his tracks and my lyrics. He's one of the most brilliant and inventive pianists on today's jazz scene. Misha Tsiganov gained popularity in New York quite some time ago. He collaborated with famous musicians, performed in New York's most famous jazz clubs, performed at festivals and toured Europe. And now there's a joint project with Ukrainian singer Laura Marti at the Bouquet Kyiv Stage Festival, a rare fortune for music lovers. I met Laura during one of my visits, and I really liked her. She's a wonderful singer with a beautiful voice. And at some point we had this idea to try creating something as a duet. We went to the studio, where we recorded a couple of songs. For me, this is a great experience. Of course, Misha is not just a first-rate musician, but also an excellent teacher. I see myself developing, and I hooked onto some new jazz trends. By the way, we recorded an album between rehearsals, sound checks, and concerts. Laura Marti is a Ukrainian singer of Armenian origin. She's a participant of many international projects, in which she performed American jazz standards based on her own arrangements and original compositions in 6 languages. She performs at various festivals and collaborates with famous musicians. I was born in Kharkiv, but my nationality is Armenian. All my relatives are Armenians. My native language, which I grew up with, is Russian. In Yerevan and Azerbaijan, where we grew up, they also spoke Russian. This was my second language. I've been living in Kyiv for more than 10 years, so naturally, I know Ukrainian. It seems that the American Misha Tsiganov, who visited the capital of Ukraine many times, will also learn to speak Ukrainian soon. Moreover, his roots are here because his grandmother lived in Ukraine, and it is no coincidence that during one of his visits he wrote a song dedicated to Kyiv, October in Kyiv. I really like it a lot. I like Kyiv in general. I've been here and I even climbed all the way up to the top of this dome. Ukraine is in his thoughts. He likes our people and our cities.
October in Kyiv. Friends are the people with whom you feel well. Places where you feel good, have their smell.
Working in collaboration with other artists comes quite naturally for Misha Tsiganov. He is a promoter of new ideas, experiments, and constant renewal. I really love new things. Getting a chance to work on new projects is a great joy for me. I work a lot with modern jazz projects. There are Afro-Cuban bands, Brazilian bands, funk, fusion, and various duets. I try to work everywhere at the same time. But it is very important for Tsiganov that first and foremost participants of a project suit each other, sound in unison, and speak the same musical language, no matter how many people there are on the stage, 2, 3, or 4. Overall, I really love the duet format. This is closer to chamber sound, and it's very interesting. For me, this is very different from a quartet, a trio, a quintet, and an orchestra. There is something so special about a duet that I really like. For the young singer, song is a very powerful psychological instrument that influences a large audience. It's one way that Laura shares her thoughts with people, but she believes that the main thing in each song is positivity and a deep meaning. I'm always in favor of original music. I know this all is done from the heart. I think that we live for today, and if we just keep repeating what was before, there's little chance of something new to appear. So I keep trying to create new music in my work and in my collaborations with various musicians. Laura Marti works with original music combining styles such as jazz, pop, and world music. She has many music albums under her belt. And finally, we will soon hear the freshest single with New York pianist Misha Tsiganov. We've recorded a couple more songs, and soon we'll have a joint record created in the form of a duet.
Life is like a roller coaster, but you just step back, you can see that we are moving forward. And no matter what we have to go through, on our way through all the adventures of our beautiful life.
In the beginning of her creative journey, the turning point for Laura came with a fruitful collaboration with her sister and singer Laura Marti. They recorded their first joint collaboration album titled Krunk, which in Armenian translates as crane. I have a project with my sister and a huge cast. This is an Armenian ethno project. I work in ethno music, in jazz music, just a bit in classical and in pop music. But it's also a certain mix. By the way, this year my new Ukrainian album will soon be released. A pianist, composer, and arranger, At the concert, Tsiganov was one man in three persons. The program, which lasted just over an hour, included original compositions, jazz standards in Tsiganov's arrangements, and were a continuation of fascination with folklore, which runs like a thread through all his works. I generally like varied music. I love all styles. For example, recently I recorded a Peruvian project. It was Afro-Peruvian jazz music, one could say. It is even a new style that I've never performed. I'm always happy to learn this style, and I listen to it quite a lot. Misha Tsiganov, as a real creator, is known for his musical ingenuity. He enjoys improvisations, unexpected twists, and even surprises his colleagues on stage. The mandatory action was clearly present in the concert with Laura Marti as well. We always have action. There are some snippets written in advance, and then there are snippets where we improvise, and it is very interesting when you don't know what will happen next, and you just shoot from the hip according to the situation. For the Bouquet Kyiv Stage, the Tsiganov-Marti duet especially prepared not only a program that set itself apart in content and freshness of performance. This amazing duet pleased their fans with a creative surprise. A special guest from Austria, saxophonist Anton Pivovarov, arrived. Laura Marti recorded the Lemke and Sweet album with him. This is a great friend of mine who originally hails from Ukraine, but hasn't been living in Ukraine for many years. He's also a first-rate musician who happened to be in Ukraine now. And as it happens with musicians, I said, "Oh, are you here?" He answered, "Hi, yes, I'm here for a few days." So I said, "We're here with Misha, the pianist from New York, and we're performing on the Bouquet Kyiv Stage. Come here, let's perform a few tracks." And he replied with pleasure. So our listeners and all guests of the festival have a chance to see another musician joining us in this performance. Anton Pivovarov has been living in Austria for many years, but maybe he'll come back to Ukraine. Jazz is a lifelong journey, the creators of Across the Ocean believe. In jazz, they enjoy the freedom of thought, depth, harmony, rhythmic diversity, courage and creativity at the intersection of styles. But the main thing is the live contact of musicians with the audience. And this is something that festivals give them in full. It is very beautiful here, and of course I love festivals. I have been performing at festivals and traveling the world for my whole life. Any festival is a joy for me. Many people attend them to listen to good music. I simply love open-air events and open festivals where music is performed outdoors. I consider it a holiday of 11 days. It's worth coming here at least once, just to feel this atmosphere of creativity. On the territory of a church, you can hear the music that is from heaven to earth and from earth to heaven. Of course, everyone talks about the incredible space they enter, and we've been in this space for 2 years. But those musicians who come here for the first time are amazed by how this place creates miracles. This space is undoubtedly one of the participants of our festival. I am well acquainted with Irina Budanska and Yevhen Utkin, and we are good friends. This is the second year in which they create this simply fabulous festival. I know that they really do it from the bottom of their hearts. This is the love of their life.
After the rain, there's always